He crashed on a planet where women fight for mates. Then the undefeated queen chose him. The crash was sudden, violent, and left Jason West's small scout ship smoking in a valley of crimson grass. His mission had been simple: chart an unclaimed star system. Instead, a meteor shower tore through his vessel's shields and sent him spiraling toward the surface of a world his star charts called Varela 4. He crawled from the wreckage, gasping in the thick, oxygen-rich air. The sky was an impossible shade of violet, and two suns bathed the land in overlapping shadows. As his vision cleared, Jason became aware of distant thunder, not from the weather, but from the ground. The sound was rhythmic, heavy, almost like marching. He turned, and his jaw nearly dropped. An army of women was approaching, towering, broad-shouldered, and armored in plates that shimmered like polished obsidian. They carried curved blades and spiked gauntlets. Each moved with the grace of a predator. The smallest was at least a head taller than him. Jason instinctively raised his hands. "I come in peace," he started, but his translator device lagged half a second, causing the first few women to frown in confusion before his words became clear. Before anyone could respond, a roar split the air. The line of warriors parted, and through them strode a figure that commanded the eye like a black hole swallows light. She was enormous, over 7 feet tall, her armor etched with battle scars and inlaid with gold. Her hair, thick and dark, was braided with beads of bone. Her gaze locked on Jason with an intensity that felt like it could pin him to the ground. The warriors around her dropped to one knee and shouted a word in unison. "Tavara." Jason's translator took a moment before it spoke in his ear. "Queen." The queen's voice was low and resonant. "You fall from the sky, outsider. You land in my territory on the eve of the choosing." Jason swallowed. "Choosing?" One of the women beside her grinned. "Our people fight for mates. The strongest claim the prize." It took Jason a second to realize the way the warriors were looking at him. Like he was not a threat, but a prize. And not just a prize, but the only prize on offer. His stomach sank. "Oh," he said weakly. The queen took a step forward. "Tradition demands battle. The victor chooses a mate from the spoils." Jason glanced at the 30 or so warriors around them. "Wait, they're going to fight over me?" "They would have," the queen said, "but there will be no contest today." She lifted her chin, her voice rising so all could hear. "I am Tavara of the Black Sun Clan, undefeated in combat for 9 cycles. I claim this outsider by right of challenge. If any wish to oppose me, step forward." Silence. Not one warrior moved. Jason realized he was trembling, not out of fear of her, exactly, but from the sheer force of her presence. Her claim on him felt less like a decision and more like a law of nature. A tall warrior with silver markings on her armor muttered, "The queen has not chosen in years." Tavara heard her. "I have not needed to. None were worthy. Until now." Jason coughed awkwardly. "I'm honored, but I should probably get back to my ship." His sentence died when the queen closed the space between them in 2 strides. She bent low until her eyes were level with his. Up close, Jason could see faint scars along her jaw, the kind earned only in brutal hand-to-hand fights. "You will come to the Hall of Blades," she said simply. "There you will eat, rest, and learn the ways of our people." Jason tried to protest, but 2 warriors had already stepped forward, not to restrain him, but to carry what remained of his gear. The queen gestured for him to walk beside her, not behind. They marched into a sprawling city carved into cliffs of red stone, every balcony draped with banners, showing the sun and blade sigil of Tavara's clan. Everywhere they went, heads turned. Some warriors watched Jason with open curiosity, others with envy. That night, the queen's hall was lit with blazing braziers. Massive tables groaned under platters of roasted meats and bowls of fragrant grains. Jason sat beside Devara on a raised dais, her hand occasionally resting on the arm of his chair in a gesture that was both protective and possessive. At one point, he leaned toward her. "Why me? You don't even know me." Her dark eyes held his without wavering. "I saw how you stood when I approached. Small as you are, outnumbered, weaponless. You did not grovel. You did not run. That is strength." Jason huffed. "I think that was more shock than bravery." "Strength takes many forms," she replied. "In time, you'll understand why I chose you." As the feast roared on, Jason began to notice something else. Her warriors adored her, not just as a leader, but as someone who had earned every scrap of respect through action. Even the ones who looked like they might have challenged her still bowed their heads when she passed. By the end of the night, the queen rose and addressed her people. "Tomorrow begins the season of trials. While others seek mates in the old way, I have chosen mine. Let all clans know. The outsider is under my protection. Any who harm him will answer to me." The hall erupted in cheers. Jason sat there, stunned, wondering how he'd gone from a solo exploration mission to being claimed by the most powerful warrior he'd ever met. Later, as they walked through the torchlit corridors toward his new quarters, Devara glanced sideways at him. "Do you fear me?" Jason thought about it. "You're intimidating. But fear? No." Her lips curved in what might have been the ghost of a smile. "Good. I do not need a mate who fears me. I need one who will stand at my side when the storms come." Jason stopped in the hallway, looking up at her. "And if I say I want to go home?" Her gaze softened, but only slightly. "Then I will take you to the edge of the sky myself, after you've seen what it means to live here. A queen does not keep what does not wish to stay." And for the first time since crashing, Jason felt something unexpected. Not fear, not confusion, but curiosity. Because maybe, just maybe, this world wasn't a prison. It might be a beginning.